These little plaintiffs, Renee and Christopher Brandon. Renee says she ordered new tires and rims for her son's 2012 BMW. The defendant installed them, and he had 2 blowouts immediately. She had a mechanic look at the car and was told the tires didn't fit properly. The defendant refuses to refund her money. Her son was put into a very dangerous situation because a blowout at high speed can be deadly, and the defendant is disrespecting his life. They're suing for $10,698, which is triple damages, as per Section 93A of the Consumer Protection Act. This is the defendant, Sandra Brigada. She says the plaintiff Christopher ordered rims and tires that are not good with potholes. He was also driving the car in an aggressive manner, denting the rims and causing bubbles to form in the tires, which caused blowouts. The plaintiff provided no evidence the tires or rims were defective nor ill-fitting, and therefore she owes them nothing. She's accused of blowing it with a customer.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff had the defendant install rims and had 2 blowouts. But the defendant says the rims the plaintiff ordered were not designed for potholes. It's the case of what a pothole.
Thank you, Douglas. Renee and Christopher Brandon?
Yes. How's it going, Your Honor?
Mother and son?
Yes.
Correct. Jeez, it looks like you're dating. You are suing Sandra and Guy Brigida?
Yes.
Okay. You are the owner?
Yes, I am.
All right. Who's the gentleman next to you?
This would be Sean. He is my sales manager.
Okay, and Guy Brigida is your husband?
Yes, he
is. And you have power of attorney to represent?
I do.
Okay. You are suing them for $10,000, for over $10,000 in treble damages, money that you're asking to have repaid to you because according to you, they sold you faulty tires. What happened?
All right. So from the beginning, I done a lot of business with them. I have a little 1 Series coupe BMW, and I wanted, newer, just something sportier, different color, rims that come with new tires. Originally, mine are 18-inch stock, and I wanted to stick with the original size. Now, Sean explained to me that 20-inch rims would look nice, they would fit, it wouldn't mess with any of the performance, nothing like that.
Can 20-inch rims fit on a car that's sporting 18-inch rims?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was actually told by BMW and also a few other companies that 20-inch rims and tires were way too big. And
do you have any proof of that?
Yes.
Yes.
Let me see what you've got.
Okay. What I have is what BMW had emailed me, the tire size. And I had actually spoken to Nathan as well as Ruben at the Nido.
Okay, stop a second. Do you have anything from a mechanic? And I mean, normally the way this is done is you would bring me something from somebody who's in a position to give me an expert opinion about this, that you can't put 20-inch rims on a car that can take, on this car, on your car. You don't have something from BMW that says that. You have something from somebody whose address is at Hotmail.
Yes, that's BMW. They
okay, but but you understand how a
me.
court of law might not necessarily see this as expert testimony. 1, 2, all it is the kind of tires they have in stock. It doesn't say what you said it would say about 20 can't be put on this car. Do you have something from BMW like you are saying? People told me that. Do you have something in writing to suggest that that was the wrong call? Because what ends up happening? What ends up happening is they put the tires on, and what happens? I'm asking you, what happened?
What happened when they put the tires on? It was a lot of rubbing against the inside wheel wells. It was rubbing due to the oversized tires.
Wait, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not going to get the expert testimony from you. I mean physically what occurred. Like what occurred? It blew. One of the tires blew.
Yes.
Right? Okay. And which is very dangerous. It must have been really scary.
Yes.
What did your car do when the tire blew?
It started shaking, kind of out of control.
How fast were you going?
I mean, lucky I wasn't going that fast. I was going about, I would say like 20.
Okay.
So I was immediately able to come to a stop.
You didn't crash or anything like that or hit anybody else?
No, just a little swerving, but I was able to come to a stop safely.
Okay, so you bring it back to them, and they charge you to put another wheel on, right?
Correct.
Okay, and you don't say to them, what are you talking about? This is defective, you know, blah, blah, blah. That didn't happen.
Well, when I did say that, I said that, you know, I didn't hit any potholes because my car in general, if I hit a pothole, it's a sporty car, low to the ground. It'll mess up my car completely. So I make sure to be, you know, careful.
But a person could miss a pothole, right?
Yes.
In fact, with these kind of wheels that are so low profile, they're virtually negative wheel, you have to be really, really careful with potholes, right?
Correct.
Really careful.
Yes.
To the point where I don't see the point. I mean, I'm just not seeing the point, you know, because I imagine that you don't want to drive like, you know, a 105-year-old lady, right? Like that's the whole idea is that you don't want to do that. So, and where are you from?
Pembroke, Massachusetts.
A lot of potholes there?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so you take it in, you say, but I didn't hit a pothole, and they say, you know, this stuff doesn't happen on its own, and then you pay for the new wheel, and then it happens again, a second time.
Well, the second time it didn't explode. It was almost like a warped, wobbly. When I got out of the car and I looked and had one of my friends drive it just at a slow speed while I stood behind it to see, you could see that the tire was warped, almost like it was about to fall off.
Did you video that?
No, I did not video it.
So you take the car back to them, and they put your old wheels back on.
Well, at first I took it back to them. I explained to them that, you know, it's not working out, and I would just like, you know, my money back or switch and go with the proper size. So I'm not going to have all these issues with the lights going off on my dashboard.
Okay, and again, when you keep saying the proper size, do you have anything to show me that says that you can't put 20 on your car?
Well, no, I don't have any letters.
And now, what happened with the wavering tire, the second issue when he brought it in?
There was a large bubble in the side of the tire, and when the tire was under pressure, it would cause the wheel to not go around properly, not balance properly.
Where'd the bubble come from?
The bubble came from some sort of a road hazard, either a pothole or curbing.
Do you have a picture of the bubble?
I don't have a picture of the bubble.
Is it on one of those tires?
The tire, you can see the damage on the inside of the tire, but the bubble won't show up because the tire is not under pressure right now, but the damage on the inside is evident.
Can I see it?
Yes.
So does it make sense to ever get rims on a car that are really tricked out and cool, but when you drive over a pothole, the tire blows?
Not really. It's most dangerous.
It's dangerous, but I mean, is there a cool factor that would make you want to endure that hassle?
Nah, it's just a silly decision. Shouldn't be doing it.
Is there anybody who thinks, is it cool?
I think okay, in the real world now, especially in Hollywood, it's all about your look.
And New York.
And New York, everywhere, it's all about your look. So it's worth getting a rim because everyone that sees you is gonna think of you as a certain way. So if it,
God, I love that.
I mean,
oh God, just keep talking.
I mean, it's pain is beauty. Like pain is beauty, beauty's pain.
Oh, God, I wish we could talk longer. We'll come back. Going inside the courtroom.
So this is where this one is blown out.
Okay, that's the blown out one.
Right.
All right.
Yep.
And you're saying that had to be through some kind of road hazard.
That's, yes.
A pothole or something.
A pothole or something. And then the other tire that has the damage on the inside, this is...
Why are you making her pick up the tire? Dude, I'm standing here watching you go like this while she's...
She mocked them all.
You can see, this is actually the steel belting of the tire that's come apart, and this is the tire that bubbled. When this tire bubbled out, it caused the rim to,
It flattened.
cut into the edge.
The rim's riding on the inside of that.
Those things are awful delicate. I mean...
Well, this is what they look like when they're perfectly good. Thank you.
And you paid $4,000 for that? You paid $4,000 for that?
Did.
I know it's what all the kids are doing. I know you're not alone in this, but I also know that when you do this, that you gotta like drive like a little old lady because if any potholes you hit are a problem. I need from you evidence that the reason this happened is not potholes, because Sometimes when it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, and walks like a duck, it might just be a duck, and there's not a big fancy explanation. You're giving me the fancy explanation. You're saying, listen, it has to do with them putting wheels that were too big. It has nothing to do with my driving, Judge. It has to do with them putting... I'm willing to accept that if you can prove it even a little bit.
Yes.
And coming into court and saying, someone told us that, is not proving it. I can't let a litigant come into court and say, BMW says so, the tire manufacturer says so, and then show me nothing to prove that. We can't run a courtroom that way. I find in favor of the defendants in this case, which means that the tires and the rims and all that belong to you, and we will make arrangements now after you folks exit for that to be transferred. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, totally unable to prove their case. The plaintiffs come out here, step in over here, and tell me what's your reaction to this outcome.
I'm very disappointed, so
All right, you just got all these tires back and everything. What are you going to do now?
we'll just sell them, sell them on our own.
Sell them. Now, you live in a place, you said there are a lot of potholes and everything. You're trying to drive real stylish up there, but it's kind of expensive to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's certain times of year where there's more potholes than others, but I mean, I know I definitely didn't hit any potholes, so. And
Regular rims and tires for him from now on?
Oh, yes, definitely. That's
Okay.
what he has now.
Right, okay, around the corner this way. And so you come out on top here. The tire lady knows her stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Why are you making her do all the heavy lifting in the courtroom? What's the matter with you?
She marked them all this morning.
She marked them?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened in this case? These are touchy, dangerous tires for, not dangerous, but, tricky to use?
No, they're just low-profile tires, and
profile.
they need to be driven appropriately.
You think he misused them or abused them?
I think the judge got it right.
All right, Harvey?
Okay, I got to tell you, there is no way you can win a case where you're guessing as to a possible defect. For that, you got to have an expert. They got to be clear, and if you don't, you're going to lose. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.